Please love it.
What's going on, y'all? Back at it again with another one. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to switch things up a bit and make it a little bit different for y'all. So, in this particular video, I want to explain the importance of actually having a calendar. Listen, if you want to be more productive, if you want to actually get a lot of things done, if you want to manage your time more effectively, and just actually have some structure to your day without actually being idle, because the idle mind, it really is a devil's workshop. If you actually want to have some structure to your day to where you feel as if you have not wasted a lot of time and the hours don't just go by wastefully, then this is the thing for you and this is the video for you, because it's very important for y'all to actually have a calendar and have some sort of structure as to how it is that you need to go about your day, manage your time more effectively, account for almost every minute, every hour. Now, I'm about to show you my calendar right now, and it's not going to be super strict, but this is something that you guys really need to do, especially if you want to be more productive and you want to get a lot done in a short period of time. And the hack is you can actually schedule to do things later on in the day as you complete your task early on in the day. So without further ado, I'm gonna have to show you all my calendar and see it and let y'all know how it is that I go about my day, just to kind of give you an example. But I'm gonna show you my calendar for tomorrow because I already have it set up for tomorrow, and then we'll just go from there. All right, y'all. So what you're seeing right now here on the screen is pretty much my calendar for October the 22nd, 2024. So if I upload this video, it'll probably be the day of, or it might be actually fall on today, which is technically 7:23 p.m. But listen, I'm not trying to get into that right now. I'm just trying to show you an example of why it is that you need to set up a calendar and how you need to structure your day. Now, I have my calendar set up right here on Google Calendars. So I personally recommend Google Calendar because it just syncs with your devices and it lets you know depending on how it is that you need to set it up. Now, this isn't really a tutorial onto how it is that you need to operate and use Google Calendar. I'm just giving you guys an example of what my day comprises of and how my calendar is set up. Now, as you can see, before I actually get into each and every single point, you see these white spaces right here. These white spaces are pretty much just time in case, like, for example, I have like the gym at 6 to 7:30 in the AM tomorrow morning. That's any spirit, let's say any like space of time that I might have in case I just want to, want to eat breakfast, want to relax a bit, whatever, and then I can get started with the next thing. So each and every single one of these events for the most part is set up 10 minutes prior. So I'll get a notification on my phone or on my watch 10 minutes prior to when the event actually starts. And sometimes I'll have it like right at the time of the event. So the only ones that I have right at the time of the event is just this freestyle one, the go to bed, and then a wake up and morning ritual. So I'm gonna go um task by task just to kind of show you guys what it is that I do and how it is that I set up my calendar. And this is just an example. And then each and every single day might be different, but it'll largely be structured kind of in the same way. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys how it is that I set up my calendar right here. So if you see right here, from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., I have wake up and morning rituals. So I wake up around 4 a.m. And then when I wake up at 4 a.m., I can do whatever it is that I need to do, whether it is, drink what and engage in like whatever morning process I have, whether it's listening to music, reading whatever affirmations that I might have, practicing my gratitude, making myself a little drink using my, whatever supplements I might take, whether it be like shilajit or, take my vitamins for the morning, put myself in the right mentality, move around for a little bit. I have that segmented from 4 when I wake up to about 5 a.m. And about 5:30 or 5 a.m. to about 5:30, I'm sorry. 5 a.m. to about 5:30. I have practiced Spanish. So I practice my Spanish for about a half an hour, and I want to make sure that I actually have a habit of doing this every single day. So that's what I have set up for practice Spanish. And I, again, as you see right here, this little white space, this allows me the time that I need to have so that I can make my protein shake, get my clothes set up for the gym, and then just go ahead and get ready to head out to the gym around 6. So about 6 to 7:30 a.m., that's when I'm going to start heading to the gym. Now, I have it from 6 to 7:30 in case I stay later than usual, or in case I leave later than usual, or I get to the gym later than usual. So from about 6 to 7:30, that's when I usually do my workout. it usually doesn't take me more than like an hour and 10, 15 minutes, only because the way I structure my workouts, I work out pretty intensely and I minimize my rest time. So I'm not in the gym kind of like messing around on my phone all the time, as you see with a lot of people who are actually at the gym. I actually focus on the work and I'm actually pretty intense as I'm doing my workout. So about 6 to 7:30, that's the segmented time I have for my gym workouts. And now if you guys will notice something real quick, just real quick, each and every single things is color coded in a particular way. So I'll have like a sage green for anything that's like personal, mental, spiritual, whatever it might be. My yellow is I'll have on my practice my Spanish, my learn and any language learning that I have to do. I always have gym in like in a graphite. That's just because of my preference. Any main task that I have is going to be in the blue color. So and then any like miscellaneous tasks I'll have in like this type of color right here. And then for any type of creative tasks that I have, I'll have it like in a purple. And as I'll go through point by point, you'll see what it is exactly that I mean. So 6 to 7:30, which I said earlier, is the gym. And then by the time I get off at gym at 7:30, I'll have probably have like breakfast, or I'll probably like get myself cleaned up around this block of time. And then around 8:30 to 10 a.m., that's when I study like my React JavaScript. So I specifically am studying React JavaScript as a front end framework. So I'm studying React JavaScript around 8:30 to about 10:30. And then around 10:30 to about 11:30, I read a book and then I do whatever meditations that I have. I might meditate for 10 minutes and then I'll just start reading a book. And this is actually very important because, again, whatever it is that I have in green right here is what I do from a spiritual perspective. So I'll just start off with that. And then around 11:30 to 1:30 p.m., I'm going to continue to study for my React JavaScript. So I'll do that again. And I'll usually do that for twice for a total of 4 hours throughout the day, but in 2 hour segments, but separated within 2 hour segments to kind of give myself a break because I don't want to be scared of staring at a screen all the time. And so for about 1:30 to 2:30, I'll take a break, go eat some lunch, and then whatever miscellaneous tasks I have, whether it be grocery shopping, cleaning, etc., that's what I have that time segmented for. And I have that white space just in case it kind of drags out. And then around 3 to 3:45, that's when I start digging into like my creative tasks, which I have everything in purple right here. So for 3 to 3:45, I'll practice my guitar because I do play guitar from time to time. And then again, more white space. I don't need to go into that further. And then around 4 to 5:30, that's when I'll focus on content creation. So whatever video ideas that I might have, I'll jot them down and I'll look through my notebook and see what it is that I can talk about or how it is I need to structure my content. That's what that segment is for. Record it, edit it, put it out, do whatever it is that I need to do. And again, I add this block of time just in case it goes over. And around 6 to 7 p.m. for tomorrow, that's when I actually write music. So I do have a DAW that I use, which is primarily Studio One. They're not sponsoring me, but they should, honestly. But that's when I start writing my music. So all of the intro videos, the music from the intro videos that I put out, where it shows my brand, which is the Empyrean Empire, any music that you actually hear from the videos, and I'll switch it up from time to time, that's my own music that I've written and produced and mixed and mastered myself. So I'll write some music just to kind of like engage in some sort of like creative endeavor to kind of like nourish myself spiritually speaking. So I have that segment from 6 to 7, and that might bleed into my freestyle. So this is a new one that I actually put in called freestyle. So freestyle from 7 to 8:15. This is the part that I'm talking about to where you can do whatever it is that you want within this time block. Whatever it is that you want to do. Like if you want to just screw around, like scrolling, if you want to just, play video games, whatever it is that you decide to do throughout your day, you can do it and justify it because you put it in your calendar, A, and then B, you've already done all this other stuff prior to. So you've already done a lot throughout the day at this point anyway, because you segmented your time and you allotted your time accordingly to get the important things done throughout earlier in the day. And then you just finish up there. That's what the freestyle is for. And then around 8:15 to 9 p.m., this is when I have, preferably 8:15, this is what I have to create the calendar for tomorrow. Now, I should do it 3 days in advance or a few days in advance and maybe a week in advance. It's a bit too time consuming right now, and I'm trying to figure out what works from a day-to-day basis first before I actually start implementing them through multiple days. So I'll have a create calendar for tomorrow from 8:15 to 9 p.m. And around 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's when I have go to bed, wake up, and do it all over again at 4 a.m. So that's pretty much my calendar for right now for this 22nd of October. just to kind of give you guys an idea of how things need to be segmented. And just to kind of like close on this, and again, guys, it doesn't need to be super strict. You just need to actually have time allotted slots for specific things. It doesn't have to completely fill up the screen, and it doesn't have to have like any completely space just filled out all the way. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be super strict. You just need to, because you need to set up time for other stuff. You just need to actually have it to where the most important things have the time. You have time to do the most important things, get them out of the way, and just have that be done as that. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be super strict. So yeah, that's my calendar for you guys. So yeah, that's my calendar for you guys. Now, like I said before, it's very important that you actually have a calendar set up and allocated to your time. So you need to set up your days specifically to where they're structured, because if you don't set up your days and structured, you're walking around, like I said earlier, like an accident, and time is just going to slip by and you're just going to feel like you have not been productive throughout the day, that you wasted a lot of time, that you feel like you didn't get a lot done. If you want to maximize productivity, if you want to manage your time more effectively, and also if you want to get the most important things done and you want to set up a schedule to where you're disciplined enough to make sure it becomes a consistent effort and you hold yourself accountable to these things and to yourself, a calendar is a great tool of accountability that you need to leverage. Listen, you should not be living every single day just completely open. You can tell that someone is going to be successful depending on how their calendar is set up. And if you don't have a calendar set up, I'm sorry, you're just not going to make it in whatever it is that you're trying to get into, because you have not allotted any time. And this also goes for like any other miscellaneous task. For example, if you have certain family events, like you have certain get-togethers or gatherings, or if you have other obligations and you just plan on doing so other things, make sure you have this put into your calendar. Make sure you schedule it out in advance. You can't just and you need to learn how to say no. That's also another thing, because everyone is not entitled to your time. I don't care if they're friends, family members, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. You need to schedule time to spend with them if that's what you plan to do. You can't just do it willy-nilly and then just throw your complete schedule off. You need to actually put these things into your calendar. If they want time with you, you got to put them into your calendar, and you have to be able to say no. No is going to be your best friend in this. If you do not learn how to say no, then pretty much what you're saying is you don't have enough respect for your own time to get whatever it is that you need to get done. So you don't respect your own time, and you just don't respect what it is that you got going on. And if you easily give people access to your own time, you clearly don't value yours, and you value their time more than you value your own time. So this is one way of prioritizing what it is that you need to do, but also it's another way to ensure that you have structure throughout your day. It's very important, guys, that you actually have a calendar set up, and you need to follow your calendar to the T. You need to follow the calendar, and you need to make sure that you don't miss in the task. Follow the calendar. Now, you might be late here and there, and that's okay. As long as you're following the overall blueprint of the calendar, you guys should be completely fine. So it's just a video for you guys to, explain the importance of actually having your day set up accordingly. And I know this is a bit different from what I typically do, but I want to continue to add more value to you guys. And this is one of the ways in which I can do it. And this is one of the ways in which I actually carry and conduct myself. So you want to make sure that you actually have a calendar set up, and you need to follow it accordingly. No more having these days in which you're just going through your day all willy-nilly, just everything's up in the wind, and you just have an open schedule. I'm telling you, the most successful people that I know, the most successful people that you probably look up to, they all have a calendar. And it's very important that you all follow this calendar. Set up your calendar, and you need to emulate success. If success is what you want, you need to emulate it in anything and in all things. One way that you could do to measure your progress and to make sure you're held accountable is that you need to have a calendar. I cannot stress this enough. Everyone that is super successful has a calendar. If you want to level up your life, if you want to be more productive, if you want to be more productive, if you want to level up, if you want to manage your time more effectively, if you want to get a lot of shit done throughout your day, and have it seem like it's not a lot of effort or more effortless than it normally would have been had you not set up a calendar, then setting up a calendar is for you. It's very important that you guys have that set up, okay? All right, so just another interesting video that I want to put out as opposed to the other content that I've been putting out. Just something different. You know, I gotta shake it up a little bit. Gotta surprise y'all from time to time. So that's how my calendar set up. I'm curious if you guys do the same thing. Now, you don't all have to use Google Calendar. You can already use whatever built-in calendar that you have, whether it be in your phone or on your computer, just as long as you have a system of accountability to where you have a schedule that is set up that's sending you notifications. Hey, it's time for you to do this. Hey, get ready for this time. That's why I have everything 10 minutes prior before the next task begins, because I need to be known, oh, if in case I'm in the flow state or I'm in deep work, hey, this is a reminder that you have this at this time through this time. And it just shift gears from there. So guys, make sure you have a calendar set up so you can be more productive throughout your days, okay? All right, I appreciate y'all. Till the next one, deuces.